and I'm going to talk about the fresh fruit and vegetable which we are going to use for processing purpose. So my today's topic is selection, procurement, and supply chain management of fruits and vegetables for processing industry. So before I start this, it's very important that we should know the basic facts about fruit and vegetable. Unless everyone will know about the basic facts, we cannot do much about the fruit and vegetables which we are going to use. These are some of the facts. First fact is fruits and vegetables are alive even after harvest. We should be very clear that all fruit and vegetables are alive. It's not like that when they are attached with the plant, then they are alive. Even after harvest, all fruits and vegetables which we are consuming are alive. They respire, they evaporation of water happened, and metabolic activities are continuing that. Second fact is that fruit and vegetable contain high amount of water. Just like our human body contain lot of water, so all fruit and vegetable also contain high amount of water. Leafy vegetable contain highest amount of water. Hard item like potato, onion contain little less, like 60 to 70%. And leafy item contain 95-98% water. Like human being, fruit and vegetable also go through the three stages of life: growth, maturation, and senescence, which is called death. Ripening is a later stage of maturation and first stage of senescence. When any product become mature, only after that it can ripen. And after ripening, the senescence will happen, produce will become dead. So ripening is a later stage of maturation and first stage of senescence. Last fact, which is very important, is that ethylene gas play a very important role in ripening and deterioration of fruit and vegetable. Ethylene gas is beneficial also for fruit and vegetable. For the ripening purpose it is used, and it is harmful also. It deteriorates many fruits and vegetables with the effect of ethylene. If it is more in the atmosphere, then it can deteriorate the products also. So these 5-6 basic facts are very important to understand. Now the next question is, why fruit and vegetable deteriorate? If we will know why they are deteriorating, if we solve this issue, then we will overcome their problem. Whatever reason is of deterioration is there, if we overcome that, then we can enhance the shelf life of fruit and vegetables. So basically these two factors are very important. One is biological factors and second is environmental factor. Because of these two factors, biological and environmental, all fruit and vegetable start deteriorating. Now we'll talk about each factor separately. In biological factor, respiration, ethylene production, compositional changes, growth and development, transpiration, physiological breakdown, physical damage, pathological breakdown, these comes. And similarly in environmental factors, temperature, RH, atmospheric composition, ethylene, light, and some other factors comes. When we talk about respiration, all fruit and vegetable respire even after harvest. Respiration influences the product in the following manner. It reduces the food value to the customer, loss of flavor happened, loss of sweetness happened, and some amount of weight also reduced because of respiration. Here
Sir,
one
sorry to
statement is
interrupt
mentioned.
you. Your slide is not moving, sir.
Not moving.
No, sir.
Now?
No, sir.
Hmm?
No, sir, no.
Now it's visible.
The slide is visible, but it's not moving actually.
Now which slide you can see? Respiration slide.
No, no, sir. First slide only. Training of master trainers.
Something is wrong. Now,
Sir, your screen went, sir. No presentation is showing. Have to again share the screen.
now you can see. No.
No, sir. You have to share your screen on the bottom. Share button is there. You have to share. Click on that button, and the
Hmm?
presentation where it is opening. Just click on that and click on the share button. So your screen is automatically visible.
I'm doing the same thing.
I don't know, sir. What is happening there?
I'm doing the same thing. I'm clicking the share button.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm going to my presentation and clicking that.
Okay. Then that downstairs share and cancel button is there, na? You click on the share button.
Now,
No, sir.
so should I send this presentation to you and you can produce from there? What to do?
Yes, sir. You can send the presentation to me. I will share on behalf of you.
Send me the email ID.
Yes. Sir, I sent the message on WhatsApp. Can you check it?
Yeah, one second. Yeah, I'm sending.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I've sent.
Yes, sir. I check. So I think some technical issue is there. Can you WhatsApp me the presentation? The same number which I messaged you the email ID.
It is gone from my side.
Yeah, I know, sir, but some technical issue is there in between sometimes.
I've sent to Vijay Kumar.
Sir, you sent to me. He is not actually.
Your number I have to save then.
Uh, yes, sir. So you forward that message to me only. No need to save number.
Okay. I'll send you.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I got it. I got it. I'm sharing my screen, sir. So can you see my?
Yeah, I can see, but it can become little enlarged.
Yes, sir. Wait. So can you see my presentation?
Yeah.
It is moving.
Go to next slide.
Yes, sir.
You're not going.
Some issues are going on, sir. No.
No. Same slide, first slide.
Same slide, sir. Okay, sir. Wait. So wait for 2 minutes. We are sharing your presentation.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Sir, can you see the slides?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now it will move. Try the next slide.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's not moving.
Yes, sir. So now it
Yeah,
is
it's
okay?
moving now. Now it's moving
Yes, sir.
now. Yeah. Yeah, come to the next slide. Next. It's not moving. Why you are using WebEx? There are a lot of other systems are there.
Now, sir, which slide number you want, sir?
Now it is moving, na? Just try one or two more slides further.
Yes, sir. Next slide, sir. Sir. Yes, it is moving.
Okay. So we were talking about some basic facts about the fruit and vegetable, which already I described. Now we were talking about why fruit and vegetable deteriorate. So there were two factors. What were biological factors, and second was environmental factor. So in biological factors, respiration, ethylene production, compositional changes, growth and development, transpiration, physiological breakdown, physical damage, and pathological breakdown were the main factors. And similarly, in environmental factor, temperature, relative humidity, atmospheric composition, ethylene gas, light, and some other factors were responsible. Next slide, please. Yeah. Respiration basically influence the product in a following manner. It reduces the food value to the consumer. Because of respiration, there is a loss of flavor, loss of sweetness, and loss of weight. There is a one statement mentioned below that the rate of respiration, the rate of deterioration of horticulture commodities is generally proportionate to the respiration rate. The meaning of this sentence is that the fruit and vegetable which respire faster, they deteriorate fast. And the fruit and vegetable which respire slower, they deteriorate later. They deteriorate, their shelf life is more. For example, leafy vegetables, green peas. In these items, respiration rate is very high. So you know that the shelf life of these items is hardly 1 day. And on the other hand, potato, onion, tomato, they respire slow. So their life is more. Next. Ethylene production. Second factor was ethylene production. Ethylene is basically a natural product which is generated by plant metabolism and generated by microorganisms also. And it is very, very low concentration. You can presume that less than 0.01, less than 0.1 ppm can affect the plant organ. If it means in the atmosphere, if less than 0.1 ppm ethylene is there, where you are storing fruit and vegetables, and the product which are sensitive to ethylene may deteriorate because of the ethylene impact. Next. Compositional changes is also a reason of product deterioration. Many pigment changes happened after post-harvest. Loss of chlorophyll happens in green vegetables. Loss of carotenoids happen in yellow and orange color. Vegetables, fruits like apricot, peaches, citrus fruit, tomato, etc. Loss of anthocyanin, which is red and blue color, happen in apple, cherries, strawberry. Change in carbohydrates, starch to sugar conversion in potato and sugar to starch conversion, peas and sweet corn. Change in carbohydrate means in potato, when you store potato, generally potato, if you want to store for long term, you have to store at 0 to 2 degrees centigrade temperature. And potato contains starch. So when you store at low temperature, the starch will convert to sugar and potato will become sweet taste. So generally when you are consuming potato, cold stored potato, after 3-4 months storage, you will find the taste of potato is sweet. It happened because of breakdown of starch into sugar. But in case of green peas and sweet corn, it is reverse. In that case, when you are storing green peas, it will be sweet in taste. Later on, it will become turn to starch. It will become starchy. So these changes happen, which are ultimately responsible for the deterioration. Next, growth and development. Growth and development also takes place even after harvest. You know very well that when you keep potato in your home or somewhere, after some time sprouts come out. They start germinating in potato, onion, garlic. Similarly, in rainy season, from the onion, fresh rooting starts. So because of this growth and development after harvest, produce deterioration happen. Next, transpiration means evaporation of water is one of the major reason of deterioration. You know that in environmental, temperature play very important role. If you keep some produce at high temperature, the transpiration rate will be high. If you store that at low temperature, it will be low. So when you keep something at high temperature, there is a loss of weight, loss of appearance, and also produce will become soft, and juice will also juice content will also deteriorate. Crispiness in apple and pear will deteriorate. So all these things happen because of loss of water from the fruit and vegetable. As I told you, all fruit and vegetable contain high amount of water. So that water continue to evaporate in the atmosphere. If the temperature will be high or humidity will be less, the rate of water transpiration will be higher. If the temperature will be low and humidity will be high, then the rate will be slower. But water transpiration or evaporation will continue. Nobody can stop that. Even if you store in the cold room, that transpiration of water will continue. Next, physiological breakdown. Some of these breakdown also happen in fruit and vegetable, like freezing injury. Sometime when you keep some commodity in the cold store, and if temperature go below freezing temperature, then freezing injury happen. Similarly, chilling injury. All fruit and vegetable to be stored at particular optimum temperature. Below that or higher than that will not be suitable for that. If you will store any item below the required temperature, then chilling injury can happen. I will give you example of brinjal. Like in North India nowadays, temperature is very low, 4-5 degree temperature is there. So brinjal require at least 8 to 10 degrees centigrade temperature. So now when brinjal will come at this temperature, you will find some chilling injury symptom, brown spots on the surface. Heat injury. When commodity is exposed directly on the sunlight or excessive high temperature, it causes defect like sunburn, blanching, scalding, uneven ripening, excessive softening, etc. So because of this breakdown, deterioration happened. Next, physical damage. During supply chain management after harvest, produce is handled many way, and during that handling, some injuries physical damage can happen, surface injury can happen, bruising can happen due to vibration, or mechanical injury can happen. So these all are physical damage. If some physical damage will happen to any fruit and vegetable, it will lead to the infection. When there is any cut or crack or some mechanical injury, in that some microorganisms, fungus or bacteria will attack and produce will start deteriorating. Next. Now, environmental factor. First I told you biological factor. Now these are the environmental factor which are responsible for deterioration of fruit and vegetable. So whatever factor I am discussing, I am telling you, if you solve these factors, then you can protect the produce and you can enhance the shelf life. Otherwise, these factors, if it is present, they will certainly make that sure that all produce will deteriorate. Like temperature. First environmental factor is temperature. Temperature play very important role. If temperature is high, the rate of deterioration will be high. If temperature is low, the deterioration will be slower. Relative humidity. Humidity means concentration of water in atmosphere, it is called humidity. If humidity is low, the deterioration will be higher. When humidity will be low, what will happen? The water inside the produce will move quickly to the atmosphere. When water will move out from the produce, it is basically deteriorating the product. Product will start shriveling, it will become soft. If humidity is high, then deterioration will be slow. In the rainy season, generally humidity is high. So during that period, deterioration will be lower. In summer season, deterioration is high. Atmospheric composition. Sometimes you have to keep some produce under controlled atmospheric temperature, like CA cold store. Apple can be kept in CA cold store where oxygen, carbon dioxide, nitrogen has to regulate. If whatever this combination of these gases are required, if that is not provided, if it is changed, then produce will start deteriorating. Ethylene. Ethylene present in the atmosphere can also deteriorate all ethylene sensitive produce. Most of the green items like cucumber, leafy vegetables, cauliflower, radish, they are very sensitive to ethylene. So they should not be kept where ethylene is more. Other factors like fungicides, growth regulator, which farmer is using, also lead to the deterioration of the produce. So these were the factors, biological and environmental factor, which were responsible for fruits and vegetable deterioration. Next. Now, next topic is how to procure fruit and vegetable for processing purpose. For that, first you have to do the field inspection. The growing area should be inspected to ensure the raw fruit and vegetables are not contaminated with any hazardous material such as toxic wastewater or gases emission from neighbor industries, and only produce that has been grown under the approved condition should be accepted for processing, because it is feasible to analyze raw fruit and vegetable or residual or agriculture chemicals before the consignment is processed. Whatever you are processing, it have a great impact on the growing conditions. If the growing conditions were bad, if the area where it is grown is a hazardous or toxic water is used for cultivation, it can also impact the final product. Next. Maturity of fruit and vegetable. The quality of many processed fruit and vegetables is markedly influenced by the physiological maturity of the raw material at the time of harvest. Most of the time, the maturity of fruit and vegetable determined by visual inspection, and in some cases, it can be checked with the instruments also. Next. Maturity is very, very important for fresh fruit and vegetables for retailing as well as processing purpose. If fruit is not mature properly, it will not ripe. Or even if it will ripe, it will not have a sweetness, proper flavor and color. So it is very important that all fruit and vegetables should be harvested at right maturity stage. Otherwise, you will not get the desired product, you will not get the quality which you are thinking. So now I will describe some of the maturity indices of some fruit and vegetable, important fruit and vegetables, one by one. Let's start with apple. Apple should be harvested at proper picking maturity. When it is edible, and picking of immature fruit results in poor quality. There is a one indication: when you cut the apple, you can see the seed color. Mature apple seed will become dark brown or black color. Or if it's not mature, it will have a light brown color. Some other maturity index are mentioned below, like TSS, bricks you can check for the pulp. Bricks level should reach 10.5 to 12.5 percentage. Then you can say that apple is mature. Ease in separation of fruit from spur. When you are plucking the fruit from the tree, it should easily come in your hand. It should not be like that you have to cut or you have to pull from the branches. Change in the ground color. The ground color of the apple will change from green to light green or yellow color. Change in seed color only, I told you. Firmness, fruit firmness is very important. When fruit is attached in the plant, it is very hard. When it is nearer to maturity, firmness will little bit reduce. So the optimum firmness should be 18 to 23 pounds per square inch for the apple. So this is an indication. When you check some sample, and if firmness comes under this range, then you can say the apple is mature. And the one other method, number of days from the full bloom to harvest, is also possible, which is an accurate method, but generally farmer is not adopting that because it's a laborious method. Next. Banana. For banana maturity index, number of days from flowering to harvesting should be 110 to 150. Pulp to peel ratio, one method is scientific method to check the maturity. In that, sample is taken of banana, then pulp and peel is removed, then its ratio is taken. If ratio is 1.2 to 1.6, then it is mature. Layman method is disappearance of angles, ribs. When banana is immature, its ribs or angles will be sharper. When it is mature, it will become roundish. Thambic sound of the fruit can also be judged. Dullness of the fruit, skin and odor. When you break the banana, it should give you a cucumber smell. That is also indication of maturity. Generally, banana is harvested at 75 to 80% maturity, not 100%. Because banana is generally grown in faraway places and it has to move in the entire country. If you will harvest at higher maturity, 90%, 100%, then you cannot move. You have to consume locally. If you are processing banana and you have to process in the same city where banana is grown, then it's okay. Then you can even buy 90% maturity. But if you are doing the processing in far away place, then it is important that it should be harvested at 75 to 80% maturity only. Otherwise, during transit only it will start ripening. And if banana will start ripening, then entire banana will go in waste. Grapes. Grapes are harvested when they are fully ripe. Grapes does not ripe after harvesting. I will tell you this later on, what are climatic fruit, what are non-climatic fruit, which fruit can be ripened after harvest, which fruit cannot ripen after harvest. But you can understand that grape is a non-climatic fruit which does not ripe after harvest. So at the time of harvest, its sweetness is very important. It will not become sweet after harvest. At the time of harvest, it should have 14 to 17.5% sweetness or Brix level, depending upon the variety. In seeded grapes, the seeds become dark brown. In seedless variety, their characteristics berry color develop fully. Whether it should be light green color or light yellow color. Grapes should be harvested carefully in order to avoid berries separation from the bunches. Next. Now we'll talk about guava. Guava fruit develop best flavor and aroma when they ripen on the tree. Everybody knows that banana and papaya, if they ripen on the tree, they will give you best quality fruits, best flavor, best taste. But practically it is not possible because you have to carry that to some distinct places. In most of the commercial varieties, the stage of fruit ripeness is indicated by the color development, which is usually yellow. For local market, fully yellow but firm fruits are harvested, where a half yellow fruit should be picked for distant markets. The fruits are harvested selectively by hand along with the stalk and leaves. Stalk and leaves should attach. Otherwise, if stalk is broken from the stem end, that portion can deteriorate and rot from that area. Lemon. Lemons are harvested generally mainly December to January in North India and May to September in South India. Color break of fruit from green to yellow is ideal time for harvesting. However, they should be harvested when mature but still green so that their acidity remain in the peak. Acidity level is very important in lemon. Lemon are generally harvested at green stage and degreening process is adopted during transit. So when it reaches to the destination, its color changes. And green stage acidity is on the peak. Generally, lemons are harvested with a pole harvester having an iron hook and net on one end. Lemon, mainly citrus fruits, all citrus fruit, juice content is very important criteria. Because if you are processing oranges, quinoa, sweet orange, lemon, because you are mainly using its juice. So it should meet the requirement of juice content. In case of lemon, at least 30% juice content should be there. The variety which have a less juice content, or if lemon is not mature properly, its juice content will be low. That should be avoided. Next. Oranges. Fruit should be harvested when they attain full size, develop attractive orange color, at least minimum 25%. Full fruit should not convert to yellow color. It should have a green color, green with yellow or orange tinge. With TSS optimum sugar acid blend 8 to 10. TSS should be between 8 to 10. Since it is a non-climatic fruit, it does not ripe after harvest. So it's very important that TSS should be measured at the time of harvest. Otherwise, the processed product will be very sour in taste. Fully ripened fruit, when turned to yellow color from green, should be harvested. The common commercial practice of harvesting is to pull the fruit from the branch, which may rupture the skin near the stem end, leading to the fungal infection and subsequent rotting. Therefore, fruit should rather be picked not turn off, but should be cut precisely by clipper. In quinoa and oranges, many farmers are just harvesting with their own hand, and they are just plucking the fruits. In that process, many times the stem and portion is ruptured, and that fruit lead to the rotting during transit. So it's very important that they should be cut with the clipper properly. Papaya. Usually fruits are harvested when they are of optimum size, light green with yellow tinge. On ripening, fruits of certain varieties turn yellow, while some of them remain green. However, when the latex ceases to be milky and become watery, the fruits are suitable for harvesting. This method you can adopt in papaya. Just pinch the papaya surface with your nail. If you will find milky, this white color sap coming out from the fruit surface, which is thicker, then fruit is unripe. If it is watery, then it is ripe. Normally, fruits are ready for harvest after 9 to 10 months of planting. Fruits are available throughout the year. Next, mango. The fruits are ready to harvest in 4 to 5 months of flowering. Since mango fruits are climatic, they can be harvested before ripening, but they should be fully mature. Fruit should be harvested when the shoulders are filled and change color from dark green to light green color or light yellow color, red for some distinct market. However, for local markets, fully ripened fruits can be picked. Mango should be harvested with pedicel in order to avoid latex spot. To protect mango fruit from latex spot, which looks very shabby when mangoes are ripe, their stem and portion should be immediately placed into the soil for 30 minutes. In mango, desapping process is very important, because when you pluck the mango from the tree, lot of latex will come, sap will come out, and that sap will basically stick to the surface of the mango, and when mango will become dry, it will look very shabby, and after ripening, their spots will be visible. So to avoid this, or to do the desapping, one practice is important. After harvesting, when you harvest mango, leave some 1 inch or 1.5 inch stem, and immediately after harvest, place that mango in a reverse direction in the soil for 30 minutes or 1 hour. So this all sap will go out and it will become dry. Then you can use that mango. After harvesting, fruits are stored in a shady place using hay to hasten ripening. Dipping in water can also check maturity in mango. Fruits which are floater are considered immature. One method is there to check the maturity of mango. Take the water, dip the mango in that. The mango which are floating are considered immature. The mango which will be sink, they are mature. Next, Pear. Fully mature fruits are harvested for fresh consumption while still firm and green for canning and distinct markets. For local consumption, fruits are picked in slightly later stage. Pear fruits are picked individually by giving a gentle twist and should be taken out in single picking. Harvesting should be done in 2 to 3 picking and at 3 to 4 days interval rather than single picking. TSS is very important. TSS should be 13% and firmness should be 20 to 23 pounds per square inch at the time of harvesting. Plum. Fully mature fruits, when they change color to red to dark red, should be harvested. In general, fruit take 90 to 110 days after full bloom. Mature fruits will give you TSS reading 13 to 16%. Usually, 2 picking are recommended for plums. Picking of immature fruits results in poor quality plums lacking flavor and taste. They shrivel also during transportation and storage. So maturity is very important in case of plum. The immature plum will be sour in taste. Next. Next. Pineapple. Pineapple plants flower after 10 to 12 months of planting and fruits become ready to harvest after 15 to 18 months of planting. Under normal condition, pineapples is ready to harvest in May to August. For the fresh market, fruit should be harvested when they change color from golden yellow from green. The fruit will turn from green to golden yellow. That is the time of harvesting for canning purpose. The fruit with the crown can be kept without damage for 10 to 15 days after harvest. The crown is important. It should be harvested with crown, and fruit with crown can be easily kept at ambient temperature for 10 to 15 days. Pomegranate. Pomegranate, being the non-climatic fruit, should be picked when fully ripe. Harvesting of immature or over-mature fruits after quality, the fruits become ready for picking in 120 to 130 days. The calyx at the distal end of the fruits get closed on maturity. You know that opposite the stem end, there is a one calyx are there in pomegranate. So when it is closed, that's an indication it's mature. If it is not mature, it will be open. Ripe fruits give a distinct sound of grains cracking inside when slightly pressed from the outside at maturity. They turn to yellowish red and get surpassed on sides. Next. Sapota. Properly developed fruits have high TSS and sugar and reduce acidity and latex. Maturity is decided based on ease with brown scurf gets off. When sapota is there on the plant, a lot of black scurf will be there, brown scurf. When it start maturing, that brown scurf will automatically will go out. Harvested fruit should be cleaned of latex and scurf by washing in clean water to make look attractive. Strawberries. Strawberries are generally harvested when half to 3/4 of the skin developed color. Because in strawberry, color can come after harvesting, but sweetness cannot come. So it is important at least 3/4, 75% the strawberry color should be red. For distinct shipment, green or white and hard berries are harvested. Delay in picking usually increases the proportion of overripe and rotten fruits. Usually picking starts after 6 to 8 weeks of planting, depending upon the cultivars and season, depending upon the weather condition. Picking should be done every second or third day. Ripening is faster in hot weather, so do not leave any ripe or rotten fruit in the field. Berries should be picked along with the small stem portion attached. Picking should be done preferably in the morning hours to increase the shelf life. Next, sweet orange. Since sweet orange is a non-climatic fruit, there is no improvement in color, taste, and flavor after harvesting. Therefore, fruit should be harvested when they are fully ripe and attain proper size, attractive color, and acceptance sugar acid ratio. Main harvesting season in north start from December to February, while in South India it is October to March. Usually when fruits develop color to yellow, golden yellow, they should be plucked. Fruit should be preferably be harvested by clipper. Watermelon. Some of the parameters of fruit maturity of harvesting are dull or muffled sound instead of metallic sound. It's very difficult to judge the maturity in watermelon, but some methods are people can try. Thumbing of watermelon is also one of the method, but it requires a lot of practice. If it is giving dull sound, then it is mature. If it is giving metallic sound, it's immature. Ground spot, when the fruit touches the ground, should turn yellow. That is thought of mature. Withering of tendril of the fruit axil, the stem of the watermelon will become dry and brown when fruits mature. When rind of melon yields some pressure, press the watermelon from both the hand. If it takes some pressure, then it is mature. If it's not taking pressure, it's hard, then it's immature. Next. Vegetables. Ash guard. All the fruits develop, they become bigger in size and from an ashy coating on fruit surface. After full maturity, the ashy bloom slowly drops off. So when fruits are attached in the plant, then a lot of ash will be there on top of that. When fruit is mature, the ash will go off. The fruits become ready for harvest in 90 to 100 days after sowing. Fruits can be stored at when ventilated at room or ambient temperature for 4 to 5 months. Baby corn. Baby corn should be harvested when it is very tender, fully developed and smaller in size. Baby corn should have our smallest finger in our hand. That size of baby finger should be there. It should have a tender seeds and small size. Baby corn should be enclosed with green outer leaves and should have a tender seeds. Next, beans. The pod are harvested when adequately developed, properly filled and tender. Usually harvesting start 45 to 50 days of sowing. Picking of pod 15 days after pod setting is ideal. The pods at this stage are longer, less fibrous, and more succulent. In beans, it's important that pod should not be mature or over mature. The best method is just to break the pod. If it is fibrous, it will not break. Beetroot. Maturity is generally indicated when the leaves fall away in the upright position. Early beets are puffed from raw when they are around 3 to 5 centimeter diameter. If they are allowed to grow much larger, they become woody. So the harvesting size is very important. 30 to 50 diameter is ideal. If it is become bigger, then it will be woody or spongy. They can be kept in poly bags under cool and moist storage condition. The best time to harvest is dry clean day. Deterioration starts if roots are left in more than 10 days after attaining the full size. Soil should have adequate moisture to remove root easily. Before harvesting, 1 or 2 days before, you have to do the irrigation. So soil will become moist. It will help you proper harvesting. Next. Carrot. The crop is ready for harvest in 80 to 90 days. In general, carrot attain marketable stage when its diameter is 2.5 to 4 centimeter from the upper end. Delay in harvesting makes roots puffy and tough and until unfit for the consumption. After roots are dug, they are trimmed and washed before sending to the market. All secondary roots should be removed. Inside core should be tender. When you break the carrot, if inside core is woody, then it is indication of maturity. Cauliflower. Cauliflower is harvested when cuts are compact, regular in shape, medium size, and white in color. Delayed harvesting results loose cuts or discolored cuts. The longer the cuts are left unharvested in the field after reaching their harvest maturity, the poorer will be the table quality. Usually cuts are ready for harvest in 70 to 90 days of transplanting. After the plant is cut, leaves are trimmed before sending to the market. Next. Garlic. Garlic become ready for harvest when the top turn yellowish or brownish, showing drying and bending over. The bulbs mature after 130 to 180 days of planting depending upon the cultivar. Early harvesting results of poor quality bulbs where loss due to dryage is very high. Delayed harvesting results in splitting and sprouting in field itself. After harvesting, curing is very important. Curing is done in the field for about a week with tops to remove excess moisture and to allow the bulb to become compact and to go into dormant stage. Bulbs are also cured in the shady place for 7 to 10 days with or without tops. Leaves top 2 to 5 centimeter above the bulb to avoid any injury. When we store garlic, ensure that 2 to 2.5 centimeter leaf top should be left, otherwise infection can start. After cutting, the bulbs are graded. The thick-necked, splitted, injured and deceased or bulb with hollow claw are sorted out. Bags can be stored at ambient temperature, but humidity is required less. For onion or garlic, the humidity requirement is 60 to 75%, whereas the rest of the fruit and vegetables, humidity should be at least 90%. Humidity more than 70% is not suitable for its storage. Otherwise, mold growth, black smut can also come. Next. Green peas. The quality of green peas depend on sugar content or tenderness of the pod. Pod should be tender with a high sugar content and filled with tender peas. During maturity, sugar content decrease rapidly and starch content increase. Toughness of seed coat also increase with maturity. Toughness of seed coat and firmness of pulp indicated of maturity and measured by tenderometer. Value of tenderometer, textometer increase with maturity and are negatively correlated with the quality. In general, the pod should be deep green, plum, but not overly swollen, smooth and turgid. Slight yellowing indicates that peas are starchy. The peas should be green. Slight yellow or dry peas indicate that it's a mature peas. Next. Ladyfinger, the crop can be harvested after 6 weeks of sowing. Green colored tender fruit about 7 to 10 centimeter long should be harvested. Picking 4th and 6th day after flowering is best. Delay in harvesting or picking after 7th day of flowering leads to the big size and over mature and fibrous pods. So picking is very important, ladyfinger. Every second or 4th day, picking should be done. Otherwise, it become very big size if you will pick after 6-7 days. Harvesting in the morning is convenient. In general, harvesting on every alternate day is advisable. A cheap hand gloves cloth bag should be used to protect the fingers for harvesting. Leafy vegetables. The first flush of leafy leaves become ready for picking in 3 to 4 weeks of sowing. Afterwards, leaves are harvested at 15 to 20 days interval. Thus, 6 to 8 picking can be taken. Green, tender and succulent leaves should be harvested and make them into small bunches. Bunches should be washed and kept under shed till transportation to the market. Delayed harvesting results in yellowing of leaves and stalks also become hard and fibrous. Next, lettuce. Harvesting of lettuce begins as soon as plants attain acceptable size. Harvesting should be completed before the leaves become tough and bitter. Head type lettuce are harvested when heads are fully developed. It should not be harvested when there is a rain, fall and dew, because the turgid leaves become very crisp and break easily while handling. Potatoes. Potato crop is ready for harvest in 75 to 120 days of sowing. The crop should be harvested when leaves start yellowing and drying up. If harvesting is delayed, it is best to leave the soil dry and irrigate the field lightly about the time of harvest. Digging of tubers should be done very carefully to avoid damage, cut or bruise marks of the tubers. Next, onion. Onion is ready for harvest in 3 to 5 months, depending upon the variety. The optimum time for harvesting bulbs to fresh sales for storage is when neck tissues begin to soften and leaves start discoloring or falling. The optimum time is 1 week after 50% leaves have fallen. Harvesting of immature bulbs results in sprouting and shriveling with poor storage life. After harvest, the crop is spread in the field for 2 to 4 days for drying of leaves. After this, curing is done for 2 to 3 weeks in the field itself in shady place. Green onion. Onion is harvested after 2 to 3 months of transplanting when the crop is ready for earthing. Up to green onion purpose, plants are uprooted by hand and their roots are cut, washed and bundled as per the market requirement. Next, tomato. The stage of harvesting depend upon the purpose of it for which it is grown. The various stages recognized as immature green, mature green, breaker stage, pink stage, full ripe stage and overripe stage. It depends for what purpose you are requiring the tomato. For long distance market, tomatoes at mature green or breaker stage with waxy growth. For local market, tomatoes at pink stage, 30 to 60% of the surface show pinkish red or red color. And full ripened stage, more than 90% of the surface shows red color. And for processing, tomatoes at over mature stage are picked. Next. Next is, this was all about the maturity indices of different important fruit and vegetable. I told you at what maturity stage, how they should be harvested, because maturity is one of the important parameter. All fruits, vegetables, of course, fruit should be mature and vegetables should not be mature. Maturity is a negative point in vegetables. So that is very important for selling in the market or for the processing purpose. Now, transportation of fruit and vegetables. The quality of final produce is often influenced by way of raw fruits and vegetables are harvested and handled during transportation from the growing area to the factory. Only harvesting is not enough. How you are handling the produce and how you are transporting is also very important. Quality control staff should inspect these operations to ensure that the raw material are handled carefully to minimize mechanical damage. These products should be transported in clean, properly constructed bins or other appropriate container without delay to the processing plant. Loads of raw fruits and vegetables should be covered with during transport for protection from the sun and rain and contamination. All produce which is coming for processing in the transport vehicle should be covered to protect it from rain, sun, or heat. Some vegetables such as green peas and asparagus, which are prone to rapid self-heating and deterioration of quality, should be hydro-cooled or ice if the delay between harvesting and processing is likely to be longer than few hours. Green peas is very sensitive, very delicate vegetable. It respires very fast. So when it is transported in the summer, in heat, in the bags, it's very important that truck should be covered, and after when it reaches to the warehouse, should be basically kept in shady area under cover and immediately should be harvested. Otherwise, because of high respiration rate, it will start rotting and water will start oozing from the bags. Next. Now comes to the storage. Storage of raw fruit and vegetables. Storage of raw fruit and vegetables is very important aspect for processing industry. It is very important that around the years some or other fruit and vegetable is available for processing so that 100% capacity utilization of plant could be done. While storage, it should be ensured that produce quality is maintained and no serious abnormalities developed during storage. Quality control staff should also inspect the raw fruits and vegetable during storage at the processing plant to ensure they are protected from attack by rodents and insects, stored under suitable condition of temperature and humidity requirement for period which do not allow excessive deterioration, handled carefully to minimize mechanical damage. So this should be checked by the quality staff. Product moisture loss prevention is also very important by maintaining proper temperature and RH of produce, because moisture loss is direct product loss and can affect production cost. If the produce is not stored in the cold store immediately after harvest, and if it is kept in the ambient temperature for longer, huge moisture loss will be there. And that moisture loss is water loss and ultimately your production loss. Some of the fruit we observed, fruit like fig, leafy vegetables or other delicate fruits, 8 to 10% moisture loss is there in 1 or 2 days. Cauliflower, there is huge water loss. So all these loss can be protected if immediately on arrival, these items should be kept in the cold store at required temperature and RH. Next. Storage of raw fruits and vegetables is very important. It is very important that round the year some of or other fruits or vegetable factors affecting storage. Some people think when you store, nothing is required. But the storage will do the magic. But it's not true. In storage also, deterioration happens. So here are some of the factors which affect the storage life of the product. First is product quality, then temperature of the storage room, pre-cooling is done or not done, what was the relative humidity in the cold store, the air circulation is proper or no, respiration rate of the produce, weight loss in storage, sanitation and air purification. These factors are important and responsible of storage. If any of these factor is not proper, the storage can be affected and storage life will be low and there will be losses. Next. You can see this chart. Just for your information, I am giving this chart. Storage life of important fruits. All fruit and vegetables require different temperature. You cannot store all the fruit and vegetable together at same temperature. At different temperature, their life is estimated. Like apple, you can store at 1 to 2 degrees centigrade temperature for 16 to 32 weeks. Similarly, apricot, 1 or 2 degree at 2 weeks. Grapes, you can store 0.5 to 2 degree at 4 to 6 weeks. Mangoes, you have to store at 10 to 12 degree for 2 weeks. But you cannot store mango for 1 month or 2 months. The maximum storage life is 2 weeks at 10 to 12 degree. Oranges, 5 to 7 degree temperature required. You can store 1.5 to 2 months. Papaya also you can store maximum 2 weeks. Pineapple also you can store maximum 2 weeks at 10 degree. Next. Quality can make difference. Sometimes management of the company feels that investing in quality control is a financial burden to them. But they must also be aware that the absence of consumer complaints does not mean that a quality control system is unnecessary. Many processors think that they are not getting any complaint in the final product. Why there is a need of quality control? So it's not like that. It may means that the system is indeed effective. It may means that by good manufacturing practices and good luck, no defective product reaches the market, or it may means that consumers simply fail to complain. So only those companies succeed in long run which gives quality top priority, because quality should be given top priority. Is not like that quality is only important for the retailing purpose, for selling fresh produce. Even for processing, quality play very important role, because only good quality produce if you will process, only then your final product quality will be better. Next. How to develop robust quality assurance system for F&B processing industry. Next. Raw material quality. Standards of raw material quality for processed products are generally less stringent because the fruits and vegetables may ultimately be peeled, sliced, pureed, or even juiced. But in all cases, following factors are very important. Of course, no doubt about that ki the standard of quality are not so stringent for selling in retail purpose. Lot of factors are required, like produce should be very shiny, should have a proper size. So all these things are important for retail purpose, but for processing purpose, these factors are not required. Can you increase the size of PPT? It's very small. Yeah. So first is variety selection. The selection of horticulture variety for the specific purpose of processing is somewhat different from selection strictly for the fresh market. Same variety may be suitable for specific product processing, but not for other. For example, one variety raw material may be suitable for making tomato ketchup for its color and flavor. Yet the same variety may be poor raw material for diced tomato processing. For processing purpose, we require the varieties which can be easily peeled, can bear rigorous cleaning, could maintain color stability during drying, could provide highest yield, could bear high and low temperature shocks, and could retain flavor, etc. Next. Quality specification. Quality standards specification for process horticulture product should be set in consultation with procurement marketing teams. For any industry who are dealing in fresh fruit and vegetable, it's very important to set quality standard. You cannot operate without quality standard. Each company should have their own quality standards as per their requirement. So quality standard should clearly define the following: general character of the produce, how the produce should be, color of the produce, taste and flavor of the produce, maturity standard of the produce, size and weight of the produce, sampling procedure, bricks value, fruit pressure, minor defects which are permitted, major and serious defects which are not permitted. So these all parameters should be defined in the quality standard specification. Next. What defects are permitted and what are not while buying produce for processing? As I told you that for processing industry, basic quality should be good. It should not have any insect infestation, diseases, or any other major things. But some minor things can be allowed. The defects which are permitted for processing purpose, like slight deformed. If major deformity is there, then it's not allowed, but minor deform is allowed. Minor cuts, crack on the produce, slight discoloration, slight pressure marks, poor appearance, natural superficial marks on surface. So these are the permitted defects for processing purpose. Not permitted defects: diseased, insect infestation, rotten or fungal infected, badly deformed, mechanical damage or pressure damage, immature fruits, overripe for certain fruits. So these are not permitted even for processing. Next. Now comes to the climatic and non-climatic fruits. I used this term climatic and non-climatic earlier when I was discussing the maturity indices. So what is climatic, what is non-climatic? Any fruits or vegetables that plucked either too early or too late have a much shorter life than fruit that plucked at proper maturity. Fruits which do not ripe after harvesting comes under non-climatic condition. The fruits which ripened after harvest can come on climate condition, like banana, sapota, papaya. All these fruit you can ripen. Mangoes, it is harvested at maturity stage, but hard stage. Later on, you can ripen them in ripening chambers. But certain fruits which are non-climatic, these fruits you have to harvest at mature and ripe stage. In this category, all citrus fruits, oranges, kinnu, plums, lemon comes. Even grapes comes in this category. Watermelon is also non-climatic fruit. Watermelon can change red color, but it will not become sweet. Strawberry is also non-climatic. It can turn red, but taste will not become sweet. So all these fruits to be harvested at proper mature and ripe stage, you have to check Brix reading, sweetness before harvest, whatever you desired for processing purpose. Next. Next topic is handling of fruit and vegetables. Next. Handle with care. Fruits are highly perishable. It should be handled with utmost care. Next. Why post-harvest losses are more in developing countries? India is a developing country. It is reported that anywhere around 25 to 35% fresh fruit and vegetable worth thousands crores of rupees are lost after harvest due to improper handling practices. Huge losses are there. At least 1 lakh crore rupees of produce go in waste after harvest. So the main reasons of these losses are here production is not planned and therefore linkage with marketing, storage, packing, transportation and handling technologies are practically non-existent. Hence considerable volume of produce are lost. Collection centers are away from producing area. Containers, trucks are not designed to protect the produce. Improper handling and storage of fresh produce at every stage. Next. In the other hand, in foreign countries, all these factors are not there. There, whatever cultivation is done, that's all planned cultivation is there. They are using all scientific methods for harvesting, for sowing. They have all datas. They use all the latest practices. That's why they are very far away from our country. India is almost 100 years behind than foreign countries. I got one opportunity to visit European countries. I went there to study the electronic auction market. In India, first electronic market came in the year 2002 in Bangalore, namely Safal market. But when we went to European country, we find that same electronic market, they started 100 years back. So India is almost 100 years back in all the technologies. Whatever is happening in developed countries may going to happen in next 50, 100 years in our country. So now how to handle various fruit and vegetables. It has been observed that improper handling of fruit and vegetables is a major concern and deterioration of post-harvest losses. To minimize these produce should be handled carefully in entire supply chain. Handling at each stage play a very important role in protecting the quality. In the areas where produce after harvest handled is mentioned below, at the time of harvest, lot of mishandling done by the farmer at the time of harvest, at the field, at the time of loading and unloading, lot of mishandling happened. At the time of transportation, mishandling happened. At wholesale market, mishandling happened. At retail market, it happened. At pack house or distribution center or processing unit, lot of mishandling happened. At customer end, lot of mishandling happened. 1 second. So product specific quality requirement for processing industry. Now tomato. For making paste, puree, sauces and ketchup, tomato should be fully ripe and dark red color. It should be free from rotting, borer and fungal infection. Fruits varieties which meaty texture and having less or no seeds considered best. Hybrid varieties are most suitable for than with deshi varieties. Next. Onion for making flakes and powder. Onion should be properly cured before it is used for processing. Sprouted, smut affected, and rotten bulbs are not suitable. Green peas used for freezing. Maturity is one of the important quality parameter for freezing. Mature and yellow colored seeds are not preferred. Onion varieties which has at least 7 to 8 seeds in the pods, or this is not onion, this is green peas. Green peas variety which have 7 to 8 inch seed in the pods are best suited for freezing. Pods with immature and underdeveloped seeds, insect damage, are not suitable for freezing. Next. Potato for chips. Tuber should be mature, should have a high dry matter, more than 20%, should not be deformed or should not have a deep eyes, should have low reducing sugar, less than 0.15. Cold store potato cannot be used for processing. Chipsona is best suited variety for processing. Next. The end. So if you have any question, you can ask. Sorry for delay.
It's okay, sir. Thank you, sir, for such a wonderful presentation. Participants, if you have any question, you can write in the chat box. Participants, if you have any question, you just write in the chat box. So one question, when we can harvest custard apple?
Custard apple you can harvest when it is become light green color. For this you can watch one of my video. I have also my YouTube channel is there, Arun Mehta Quality Talk. You can see in the YouTube Arun Mehta Quality Talks. And latest video is in custard apple only. In that, how to harvest, how to handle, all detail is mentioned about custard apple. How to remove the insect problem in custard apple is also mentioned. Okay. You can note down my YouTube channel name, Arun Mehta Quality Talk. In YouTube, you will find more than 150 videos on different fruit and vegetables, all different topics. Just by watching all these videos, you can see everything. In spite of that, if you have any problem or any issue or any comment or any question, you can directly approach me through WhatsApp or call. Okay? I'm available.
Participants, if you have any question, you can write in the chat box. Sir is here to clarify your doubts.
Yeah.
Sir, can you write your phone number in the chat
My
box?
number, you can note down 9910 333 865. Again, I will repeat 9910 333-865 Arun Mehta, and my YouTube channel name is Arun Mehta Quality Talk. In that, more than 150 videos are there on different fruit and vegetables. Field visits are also there. So you just watch them and you can get benefit. If you have any question, you can write in comment box, you can call me, you can write in WhatsApp, and I will reply. Okay? Thank you.